Did you see the pair that got hauled into tyres?
Aye. All their fancy silks stained red.
Thanks for not leaving me in the Dominion. If you hadn't come back, I might still be stuck there. I told Nan we flew back on the Phoenix, but she walloped me for telling fibs. Can you tell her it was the truth, Clive?
Still alive, are you? The whole realm's in chaos. But as the old saying goes... Go on, then. It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that. I reckon I can find a buyer. I'll be thankful you got that much. You got out else? Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Welcome back, Sid. Don't be a stranger, Sid.
It seems the hideaway has lost its appetite.
Can you blame them, with the skies as they are?
Battle cries of dread one die, in ruin lie his lares. As shrinks the glim, so spirits dim, unanswered call of prayer.
Ivan's newest dish is a fast.
Knowledge hoarded is knowledge lost. With the darkening skies. But be that as it may, I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before. Now this, I believe you will find most interesting. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it. Did you learn everything you needed?
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be thunder?
Will we ever see the sun again?
Mother, save us.
Might be hard now there's only one.
Then we're all doomed.
There's barely been a shipment in since the skies started boiling. A few more days without a visit and we'll have to start eating the blankets.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
There's talk of these skies,
What are you
Dre.
making them skies then?
Most of the hideaways on edge.
Should call back the scouts. All of them.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. It's not true. We've lost so... Your benefactors are a generous lot. Best of luck out there, Sid.
Fancy a look at the list, do you? I don't mean to be gloomy. They need all the help they can... Anything catch your eye? Always something in there.
I pity those in the villages.
Clive. How may I help you today?
Here you are. Thus ends today's lesson.
I can hardly lift my arms. The curse, it's...
You just need some rest. I'll stay here with you. If you don't.
The injuries suffered by both your brother and the prince were bad enough. But that wound above Joshua's heart is unlike anything I've ever seen. Were he not a dominant, I fear he would have succumbed to it long ago. The injuries suffered by both your brother and the prince were bad enough. But that...
Is there anything we can do? It doesn't feel right sitting around waiting for the world to right itself.
The girls here can have Otto and Gav and Gareth and Cole and all the rest. My heart beats for another. Now, if only Lady Taya would let me into the infirmary to see him.
All this fuss over a few dark clouds. You'd think
That leather loosener was only the first of the discoveries the Olympics gonna help us make.
we've received word that the displacement stacks have arrived safely in Canva. The rest is up to Mid.
After Drake's head, I was beginning to wonder if you'd lost interest in Sid's grand scheme. But here we are. Another crystal cracked, another nation in disarray. You wear the mantle of outlaw well.
We're all gonna die! You hear me? The Akashic are coming and they won't stop until they slaughter them.
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his own son's spear.
Otto said you were in the Dominion when it fell. You weren't why it fell, were you?
Our toil, our sacrifice, will all be for naught if the sun is lost to us.
What'll happen to the gardens?
We'll get through this, Martel. I promise.
Lady Karen told me that you've begun dealings with the Crimson Caravans. A word of warning. Tighten your purse strings when in Bocklad. There are few shrewder than Eloise in matters of business.
Round and round the city clock, the wyvern chased the eagle. The birdie sought to catch his breath, down came the eagle.
Fretting about us, guys. Unless that is... What do you want? No scratches, all right? That it? Fine. Making them skies then.
Otto, how fares the realm?
The realm? Oh, she's just fine. As long as you look past the fat storms out mother crystals and her skies are a roiling cesspit.
And Gav?
He's with your uncle in the Free Cities, helping Mid with her project. Sent an owl their way the moment the winds turned foul. Still waiting on a reply, though.
Do you have any good news?
Well, that depends on your definition of good.
All right, fine. What do you suggest we do?
Oh, no, I'm just a messenger. I leave the scheming to those more suited to the task. Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own thoughts on the current state of things. Could be that they don't. It certainly can't hurt to ask.
I suppose not.
I see that every report that comes my way makes it into the hands of both Lady Vivian and the Norsemen. If anyone could tell you what might be barreling down the mountain towards us, it would be that pair.
How is it that every one of your little excursions presages some inexplicable catastrophe? Not that you are to blame for the Dominion's fate. No one could have predicted the actions of the Crown Prince.
I'm sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled clock towers won't break their spirits. They'll be back on their feet in no time.
I hope so.
Look at us. Bluer than a pair of bog crabs. Tempting though it may be, sulking will not help us find a solution to this mess.
You believe there's one to be found?
I don't know. But I am certain we're more likely to find it if we first examine the facts.
Beneath these darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen Mother Crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces, now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off Storm. The world, in short, is in chaos. It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the King of Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
None but us.
What will it be today? And how could it not? But are we any better? I cannot claim. Such are the wages. Ironic, then. Should I learn aught else?
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be thunder?
Let me guess. You're here about the skies.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the Fallen might be better placed to answer than I. And on the 6th day did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters. but I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible?
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remaining copies have been lost to time. You will forgive me, I hope?
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it. Perhaps Otto will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
I was wondering when next you'd visit. Be careful, Clive.
Sid, did you know that chocobos are far more resilient to the effects of ether than most other beasts? Some say that's one of the reasons they were tamed for use as mounts and sumpters, so that an ether flood wouldn't mean instant death for their riders or drivers. Me, I reckon they built it up over generations. Too many foolish traders driving their birds into floods, and only the toughest surviving.
Clive, we have a problem.
Only one. That would be a first.
It would. Actually, there are three. We had as many owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got a Akashic out her gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and her lot.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
When it rains...
It fucking pours. The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage in the Dominion. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means there's only two people who can.
Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
The messages from Martha, Isabel and Lubor weren't long. But what they lacked in detail, they more than made up for in urgency. Our friends need your help.
I'm ready when you are, Clive.
The messages from Martha, Isabel and Lubor weren't long. But what...
How are you doing? Here you go. Always something in there.
Back again?
Allow me to educate you. Here you are. Very good.
Akashic attacked us out of the blue. And there's no telling when they might be back. You'd best keep that sword handy, Sid.
This man's gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
But all our beds are taken.
Martha, it's good to see you.
And you, Clive. Jill?
Otto said you'd been attacked by Akashic. What exactly happened here?
Those skies are what happened. Not long after they fell dark, we had our first visit. There were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill. Only a handful made it up here, but that was more than enough. The rest are still down there now. And while we have a few willing fighters holding them back, they're sorely outnumbered.
What do you think, Clive?
That we join the fight.
I thought you'd never offer. Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. That's where the fighting is fiercest. Let the men know you come to help. Something tells me they'll be pleased to see you.
We're on our way.
If they ain't
Do you think there were as many as Martha says?
More.
If they ain't clawing at the gates, they're climbing up the cliffs near the lift. The lads are doing what they can to keep them out, but unlike the Akashic, they need sleep.
Anything catch your eye? Much obliged. Thanks very much. There you go. Much obliged. Thanks very much. There you go. Thanks very much. Fare thee well.
You don't think they've abandoned us, do you?
Them not. Not a chance.
Barricades we've set up around the town won't hold the Akashic back for long. Might buy us a few moments to say our last farewells, though.
Clive, wounded.
We deal with the Akashic first.
These men don't have the look of hired swords.
if you've come to rob this place.
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
How do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with the Guardians of the Flame.
Wade's men? But how did you come to be here? Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
Did he? Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after. We'll join you anon.
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell. The Guardians asked me to shelter some of them that had lost their homes. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned, and we agreed it was best we stuck together.
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift, but they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels! And they've got wounded with them! They're not gonna make it!
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here. If any can still fight, send them to the lift.
I will. You two be safe now. The lift can only carry a few at a time. If those Akashic get as far as the cliff, Wade's men will have nowhere to run.
My brother.
Mad dogs. A lot of them.
Squire, I need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about... I didn't ask, Oscar. Sir.
Sir Wade.
Lord Rosfield. If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them. But we didn't know there would be so many. How could we have?
Behind you!
Damn it! We need to get the injured to safety.
Do you think we can hold them off?
We can certainly try. Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
Then let's do our duty.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't think so.
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames. It's just a pity I keep walking into them.
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade. Like any shield worthy of the name.
I see you're all in one piece.
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way. Too thick to be a hearth.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job.
Always.
Jill and I will make for Eastpool. You'll need to move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about them.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good luck.
Mad dogs, the lot of them.
Thanks to the Akashic, all of the men are either on watch, readying for the next attack, or confined to their sick beds.
Fiends try to climb the walls here, too. Founder knows where they're gonna show their ugly face.
They're headed for the rest.
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
Something's coming.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Only the first round, Sir Wade. Shall we? Do you see any more?
No. I think that was the last of them.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade. Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say the lowlands are clear. Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
How many of your men were injured?
A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up. Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise. It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. And whether that's sooner or later, we'll need to be ready. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable. I'd like to make this one of our outposts.
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Well, when you put it like that, of course they can stay.
My lord, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Oscar, over here.
It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rossfield. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch? I wasn't aware the Lord Commander had children.
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father, did. I am Sir Rodney's nephew.
Well, go on, then. It's not for me to ask him.
Yes, Sir Wade. If it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me as your squire? I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar, but I'm a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other Guardians are... I mean to say that, they're...
It's all right. We know what you mean. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
But a squire...
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once. And I'm certain Sir Rodney would approve.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it any other way. I will not let you down, Lord Rossfield. You, or my uncle. I will not let you down, Lord Ross.
We shall be staying here for the time being, and not just for the ale. I'll have one of my men escort Oscar to Benimir once he's said his farewells.
Fate seemed bent on driving me from my inn. But if they want me out, they're gonna have to try harder.
If you could, I'd be in your debt.
thought we'd be fine in our village, but then the skies changed and the others, they...
The Imperials promptly quit their posts once word of the Dominion's fall came. Lord Rosfield hired us not long after to see the refugees safely inside, and make certain those who now want in, get in.
Let's go. No more vengeance. No more war. First we find Isabel.
Heard a bloke saying he saw ghosts on the far side of the wall.
Can I interest you in some blades of mace? Or perhaps a racer to a ginger? I've been willing to trade if you got no coin.
Then they'll be needing more tonics.
If there are ghosts in the Royal Meadows, then why isn't the garrison dealing with them?
4 left for more in the captain's orders.
I can't do it.
But you can.
My lord. Milady.
We received the dame's message. There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. Like a Kashik, but different. They've taken so many. I've lost count.
Akashic, but different.
Ultimus thralls. And what of your mistress? Is she here?
Oh, no. She went to the garrison to ask what they were planning on doing about all this.
Then we'll look for her there.
We've seen little and less of the soldiers of late. Anyone would think they were hiding. We've seen little and less of the soldiers of late.
We could leave.
Don't leave me, Pa.
Madame, please!
Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the captain this very morning.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days! What more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall. Because they are my charges, and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered, or take it up and do what is right.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here, it's all we have. It's all that's left.
What we have left is our lives! Do you really want us to lose them as well?
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. Let's talk about this over a drink, eh?
I'm listening.
I'll have a word with him.
Ah, Clive. I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly. And sought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort, but I thought you might still need some support.
How like you to consider my needs. What we need to consider is where the creatures came from. The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors.
I can't entirely blame the men of the garrison for losing heart. And they have provided a place for the injured.
That thing, it took off the captain's head.
Did you see the creatures that attacked you?
Creatures? They came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first, then me.
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed Moor when... Where's my Joseph?
It's all right.
I thought everything would be all right once we left.
It's all right.
My family.
You're a pikeman, yes?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so a pack of them glowing things
Leave that to her.
At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should head for more.
with no one to defend the place.
You're safe now.
Come on.
Look!
I see them. With me! All yours, Torgal! This one! Second! Torgal, kill! Now, Torgal! Go, Torgal! Second!
Should I prime?
Save your strength.
Do you think there are more?
There are always more. But I'd say we've done what we can for the time being.
Then we should let Isabel know.
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more. Many more. And you'll need to be ready for them.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes, milady. The garrison will be ready.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts. For now, at least.
Hearing that the Dane would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task certainly didn't hurt. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. But whatever it takes, eh? Now me, I never needed convincing. I became a soldier to protect the people I love. And the people I love include the ones standing before me.
Handsome and chivalrous.
Now, if you don't mind, I have sentries to post. Milady.
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this has solved all of my problems. But it has solved one, and that's one fewer than I had this morning. Thank you again, Clive. Philippe will make a good captain. He reminds me a little of you, Clive, but without all the mocks and mows. Philippe will make a good captain.
So many were injured.
Those things I said before about not being able to fight.
But there were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
Soldiers too craven to fight.
The Dame certainly has a way with the men of the garrison. Only all up so easily.
Welcome, welcome.
An excellent choice. And a fine, fine day to you.
I don't want to see any more of our friends hurt.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
How may I help you today, Clive? Is everything we've received and everything promised? Come again. I may have more for you.
Poor bastard. Couldn't run because of the weight of his load. Still, better a branded than one of us.
Sid! Your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried?
You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalamil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago.
Any idea where they went?
The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalamil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard.
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
Than beasts they are. Aye. The scum of the twins.
They're both as stubborn as the lover's pot, and every bit as irritating.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandits' ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Victor. What's he doing here?
Sid. And Lady Jill. What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos. And the Briar's Kiss here in Dalimil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. It's these accursed skies, or an entire city for that.
We're still working on the skies. Perhaps we can find a solution to Dalimil.
I hope so.
So? What I saw was a room full of people who were angry enough to have left to smolder.
That my thoughts both sides wish to protect their homes and life.
And if there's one thing bad...
What would Sid...
Well... he'd let them choose for themselves. And be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But while it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will count, it may still be possible to make them before present.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save this.
When all that fear and anger can...
It appears we have Victor pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him.
As you wish.
Don't worry. Victor and I will do most of the talking.
Play along.
What he means to say.
Picture it.
Buying more supplies. Might as well scatter seeds near a rat's nest.
Ah, here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad, may I introduce you to Jane?
A pleasure, my...
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canver to inquire about a...
Victor says you told that there aren't any men left to hire.
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it...
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalimil's finest cannot defend this town better? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge...
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you called, and there's a reason why I had you do the talking.
Then let us back.
I wonder if Conrad has the right of it. We always called on Celso.
If you're wondering why Dalimil's in such a sorry state, you can blame the bandit.
If I had my pickaxe, I would...
I mean, it may still be possible to buy something. Ah, here, Natalie. Allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants.
Lord Underhill.
Underhill.
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries...
Indeed, the nobles in the capital are buying up the cities. It is only a matter of time.
It is worse than I thought. And while I applaud your endeavors to... Which means that if our humble town...
All right. But you needn't have gone through...
Thank you. She saw... I didn't say it was good. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
It appears
There's truly no chance for us to restock our supplies. That's it then.
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh, I'm ruined.
Good news. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat with time.
Time no longer...
I take it your scouts found...
Technically, it would be the bandits, or...
You're not...
They don't just want food, they want the...
I have a I'm told the bandits march in two groups. One from the south and one from the desert. In a move, doubtless...
Very well. Jill and I will meet, though.
The rest, my friend, mistakes I concede are high.
That is a lot of faith to put...
Then it will be for us.
I thought you...
We'll hold them off, and we...
The women folk have come to welcome us.
I'll take that one.
He's all yours.
They mean to overwhelm us.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
Natalie, you did well out there.
Without you, there would have been no... You saved us, Conrad.
We all sick.
Conrad seems to have had it.
I'd say they both.
I take it from your presence that visitors from
The plan, granted, it only took an army of blood.
Calm now, Victor. Why? We are united. As for you, Sid...
I'll take... Our friends seem to have things under control. For now, at least. Let's go and put Otto's mind at rest.
Now, if I could only convince the people of Costness to work together.
Dalimil will forever be in your debt. But don't go trying to take advantage of that.
In a desert full of ne'er-do-wells, a woman has to learn to look after herself.
The bandits may be no more, but look what they've left us with. We'll have a hard time.
Mummy, are the bad men going to come back?
The gentlemen of the town guard are a strapping bunch.
Perhaps.
Anything I can interest you in? Here you are. An excellent choice. Fare you well.
Ready, girl? Yeah! Be safe.
those who have nothing. So empty your pockets.
A deserter turned outlaw. We were more similar than he knew.
Fly, Ambrosia.
We're not alone.
But there were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
You heard the Herald?
Captain said it was you who slew the, whatever they were.
Run like the wind.
Be safe.
This one's awake. Let's see what's inside.
Ready, go? The Imperial army must have tired of their pets. But if they won't feed them, will I? Time to fight. Let's go. This beast isn't to be trifled with. Nice try. be trifled with. Come on. Yeah!
It seems the hideaway's lost its...
Thanks for not leaving me in the Dominion. If you hadn't come back, I might still be stuck there. I told Nan we flew back on the Phoenix.
Welcome back, my lord. I only just arrived myself. No one seemed to know where I should go, so I thought I'd guard your chambers until instructed otherwise.
A youth claiming kindred with your old commander arrived earlier this morning.
We sent Cursebreakers to Martha's Rest, Dalamil, and North.
Cole told us everything that happened. It's a bit...
We sent Cursebreakers to Martha's Rest, Dalamil, and Northridge. Hopefully they can help maintain the...
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Come to claim your just desserts. All yours. Come again. I may have more for you.
Clive. Here you go. Always something in there.
I pity those in the villages.
What did you find down there?
Was wondering when you turn up. Hellos from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for mother crystals. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the color of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on. So...
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second-guess yourself. Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Talia says your brother's awake.
Thank you, Otto.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, 'twas not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind?
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find the means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua!
Clive! It's Gav! There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Well, what's the short of it?
It's all Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive!
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
My attendant was with me in the Dominion before I primed. She would have watched the battle unfold and witnessed its outcome. I trust you'll be waiting for me in Tabor, where I can finally introduce you. My attendant was with me in the Dominion before I primed.
Tyre's right. Your brother is in no condition to travel. That's all I'll say on the matter. It's Mid, Gav, and your uncle we should be thinking about now.
You know how I feel about this, but your brother's stubbornness knows no bounds. I'm starting to think it runs in a family.
Clive. How may I help you today?
Of course.
I have the details here. Study it well, Clive.
Very good.
Do you like being struck by thunderbolts from on high? Then don't let anything happen to Mid. Yeah?
We sent Cursebreakers to Martha's Rest, Dalamil, and...
Cole told us everything that happened. It's a bit of a worry that both the Republican and Imperial armies are in disarray. But it was good to...
How are you doing? Here you go. Think you can help?
Rutherford. Wasn't that the name of my uncle's manservant? Why would he be at Martha's Rest?
What am I gonna do? But no more.
Is everything all right, Goots? You seem more...
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble, and she's...
It's all right. You can tell me.
There was a trader came by. One of our usuals, like. Said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dalimil way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing, though, would she?
Don't worry. I'll speak to her.
Oh, thanks, Clive. You'll let me know what she says, won't you?
Of course. I'm sure it's all just a misunderstanding.
Nan sometimes sells swords and that, but never to anyone who's not a friend of ours. That's how it's been for as long as I've known her.
It seems the hideaway is
Blasted book! Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for?
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. You remember Ivan's stew, right? So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed math...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped.
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone.
I've never been one to play favourites, so...
A fried mortress of recipe seemed easy, only turns out Skyward...
Ivan said the recipe's in the culinary pilgrimage.
Wow. Kindly old...
Fine. And if...
You do that. I thought I had it all worked out, but I'm buggered if I know where to find...
Is a storm coming, Sid?
Will there be...
Sid, perhaps...
I can certainly...
It's not who, but what. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after my first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, which almost...
Perhaps a visit from...
I don't like to imagine that they were in the age... My biggest worry is that the children have somehow damaged the skills.
Norseman Harpocrates.
Valicia, a culinary pilgrimage. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do...
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose...
So the fabled sandbread... Now, Skyworm...
Dragon liver.
One would have thought. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern.
So we know where to look for our...
Saint's bonnet, in contempt. I gather that one can locate... I may add that people once...
Meaning that if I find one...
Best of luck, and... Good morrow to you, my friend. One can only speculate, perhaps, the rampant popularity, a sprig of cheerful regardless. I have a few new notes that might interest you. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it. You are always welcome, Clive.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Seems the hideaway's lost its appetite.
Lady Karen. How's business?
Not nearly as foul as the weather.
You're doing good trade then? Both in and out of the hideaway?
Can't complain. Wait. What exactly are you getting at? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care, but here you are today, raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto?
Just asking. Out of interest. All right. I'm here because I was told that certain rumors have been circulating. About you selling weapons to brigands.
Oh, are you? And who was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploits?
I didn't exactly hear firsthand. All I know is that someone in Dalimil has been spreading word to that effect.
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profiting off the blood of innocents, do you? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned a blind eye to the wretchedness of the world so I could line my pocket. But that woman is no more. And you'd know that if you'd ever paid the slightest bit of notice.
You're right, Lady Karen. I apologize. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
No, it was. Now, I reckon you've got better things to do than pointing your do-gooding finger at a poor old woman.
Of course. Good day. I spoke with...
What did she say?
That the rumors were unfounded, and that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any truth, along with some other things that made her feelings clear. And while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her past, she says those days are behind her.
Oh, well, that's good. I knew Nan wasn't caught up in how... But why would people say she was? What did she ever do to them? It's not right.
No, but people do things for all sorts of reasons.
Well, that trader, he said they were all talking about, so that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me, you'll see.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, but that's why you'll be coming with me, isn't it, Clive? I'll find out who's been making up lies about Conan.
Getting too old for this.
What do you reckon we should do?
Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. It's not to set it.
No.
Well,
And just how long?
we're so...
But we didn't break them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol? And why would she have you?
Because that's the only way to become...
Miss Mididol said, the best way I see out...
Well then, your work is already half done.
The taking apart was easy enough, but...
Speak for yourself.
You three need to learn to take risks. So let's have a look at these parts. All right. Every piece has its own role to... If even one of them is missing, you already know one of the pieces. This is called the arm.
You're right.
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid?
I'll think about it.
Hold things.
Good thinking. These round parts are called...
I do. But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. But what if I wanted to weigh...
What are the chains for?
Well spotted. Which... This tiny piece...
I have. Miss Minute...
She puts them in all her inventions.
That's right. They've...
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple.
Not my fault.
We know what part's supposed... So, let's...
Not a bad idea. So, now that
I think we've got...
Then here's what we'll do.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit on...
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. And then the arms hold the pan.
Very good. There.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with...
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three...
That's right. We're Miss Mididol's hairs.
Her hairs?
Yeah. Hairs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now.
What do you think, Sid?
With a little more help from Miss Mididol and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that?
Until then, though.
Hey, look!
You don't think Sid forgot about it? Didn't happen to forget anything, did you, Sid? Didn't happen to forget anything, did you, Sid?
Is a storm coming, Sid? Would I...
Well?
It was as you thought. They dismantled them to...
Oh, no.
Thankfully she won't, although I was the one who...
I'm so sorry. I shall see that...
Please, there's no need. She'd have them follow in her footsteps.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the high...
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by...
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange to anyone else, it would be an opportunity. But to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was... But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing...
Which explains... She's working to give them a better life.
Ah, you've given them far more than that. If Mid is teaching my pupils her secrets, I suppose I should brush up on some...
It's like a dream. The four of us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yote is a fine scout. If Canville was attacked, she will already have begun gathering information.
Tabor isn't far. We should pick up the pace.
The bandits may be no more, but look what they've left us with. Got a hard time.
Mummy,
Shouldn't be too hard to find goods.
are the bad men going to come back?
The gentlemen of the town guard.
You wouldn't happen to know.
Could be I know something more.
Clive, listen! I found someone who says he's heard the rumours about Nan.
Have you?
Go on. Tell him what you told me.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been selling steel to whoever will pay her price, be they knight or knave. Says the more swords and spears she puts in people's hands, the more war they'll wage. And the more war being waged, the more call for swords and spears. And who will they? Why, the good Reaper herself.
And you've seen this Reaper at work?
Aye, you'll find her right here,
Here in Dalamil. Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market, but if you're not, that it'd be a bold, feeling bold, travel. Now, if that's...
Sorry to have kept...
You don't think Nan's the Reaper, do you?
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in two places at once.
Eh?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks. So who has been running this stall he spoke of?
Good question.
And I'll visit this stall.
All right.
You too, Goots.
The finest sellsword.
If only everyone here didn't have to look so... Fuck.
How the hell did
Mummy, are the bad men
What a
going to
mess.
come back?
You fought very bravely.
The safety of the town is in our hands.
Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
Just you, is it? Thought I might have laid it on a bit thick.
It was a fairly unconvincing tale. So, what now?
That's up to you. Die a slow death, or a quick one. Boys, he's all yours. But that sword is mine.
Leave now and we can pretend this didn't happen.
You've done it now.
Go on. Tell me what I've done.
When the Borgwyn finds out you've killed his men, he'll have your head. He only wanted that bull of a manservant, the dim one always clinging to Karen's skirts. You weren't even supposed to be here. Who the hell are you anyway?
What were you going to do to him?
The Borgwyn wanted him to get to Karen. I was only supposed to point the lamp in the right direction once he arrived in Dalamil. But then you turned... well...
You're not worth the effort. Now be gone, before I change my mind.
Fucking coward!
I need to find Goots. Right now.
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty-pated lout!
Stop calling me names! And stop spreading them horrible lies about Nan!
For they are not lies. Every last word is true.
Lord! He's gonna... He said she had to pay in blood.
After what she did, it is only right. She... that loathsome harpy's very existence... Goots, was it? Only run along now.
No.
No.
I don't care what she did. I won't let... Promise me you won't, or I'll kill you myself!
Goots, no.
Enough, all of you!
But how did you?
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. The whole thing got me thinking. Who in Dalamil might bear me a grudge? And a certain snivelling, though it was just... I thought the years might have taught you some... What was it we called you?
You bitch! Everything that happened, it was all your fault! And now you'll finally pay for what you did to me!
Goots, you...
If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go through me.
Fuck!
You great galoot. Out of the way, I can handle this myself. So, wet legs, you remember what you told me when we last met? An eye for an eye. Wise words, Sam. Wise words. And now, it's time to collect. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Is he...
Dead? No. But I reckon he wishes he was. It isn't easy going through life one eye short of a pair. After all, I should...
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me you did. Lost it to old Wet Legs back when we were working. They said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing of the sort, mind. But that didn't stop him taking his little, so I took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. His coin, his clients. Always knew he'd be back one day to claim his... But he crossed a line dragging poor Goots into this. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Nan, but...
Well, if he does, let's we take the other eye, then we work our way down. But something tells me the way... Right. Let's get you back to the idol.
Remind me never to cross you.
Wonderful creatures, chocobos are. They're fast, strong, loyal. Best of all, they won't point into the belly of a flood.
Martha's got a big heart. It's a pity there's so many. The fates seem bent on driving me from my inn. But if they want me out...
My lord Marquis, is that you? It is you. I am Sebastian Rutherford.
Of course.
Yes, my lord.
And what was so sensitive that you could...
1,000 apologies, my lord.
It's all right.
I am here tasked with learning, and what I have learned is grim. The subsequent darkening of the heavens, the gears of governance have ground to the realm. Your lord uncle, however...
That sounds like...
It is. Hence,
alas,
I have... They are both able-bodied and trained in the sword.
So you want me? I'll need to know whether...
One I sent to investigate the Republic.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down.
Thank you, my lord. My associate in Dhalmekia would have had to pass through the Republic's checkpoints to gain entry to the capital. Perhaps someone in Dalimil or Tabor would have seen.
How do? There you go. Take care out there, eh?
Nothing like a little rest to fill the coffee.
At the game here, you say that.
But there were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
Captain said it was you who slew the,
Let's go. Hippocrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. Should be easy enough to spot. Now that is heady. This must be the Drake's Mint. That just leaves the Skyworm. This must be our wyvern. All right. Let's get this over with. Nice try. I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe. Better head back.
Seems the hideaway's lost its...
So, did you have that word with Tomes then?
I did, and he was as helpful as ever. He told me exactly where to look, in fact.
And what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is it better not to know?
Blueback wyvern liver. And, a herb known as Saint's Bonnet.
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? Well, at least it weren't actual worms, I suppose. Now then, you stay right where you are. I've got some cooking to do. Let's hope these grand old chefs of yore knew what they were on about. And here we have it. Fried mortress of skyworm. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
And rightly so. Is there any higher honor than partaking in a slice of culinary history?
So, not fit for consumption then?
What witchery is this? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that tames this savage dish. It is a tour de force, a force of nature even, a maelstrom of flavour and sensation, a graceful beast emerging from centuries of slumber.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right. It was decent then, I take it.
Decent? It's remarkable. And I'd... Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women?
I'll give it some
That book may be a veritable treasure trove, but the recipes are hardly what
Nothing like a dish of cold vengeance to foul the gut.
I'm sorry, Nan. I didn't mean to. I just thought I had to...
Aye, well, someone had to. Reckon the both of us would be worse off if you've always been me right, and I'd have you stay that way. So...
Well, I will. If you ever need help, I'll do it again.
Why, you're fine.
Thanks, Nan.
There's nothing here.
That's as maybe. He'll need to start looking out. Till then, he'll need people to watch his back. Just like you did.
Of course.
Stop it. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favours. Let me tell you a story.
All right.
Them rumours wet legs was... Might be they weren't just... You see, there were a time when I weren't too particular about... Some women lust after blood, others after flesh. To satisfy that lust, I sold to opposing armies. Stabbed my every client. But then one day, said he'd give me access to a realm-wide community of like-minded individuals in...
Was that the first time you...
Aye. He was true to his word, so I ended up... And all without aiding or abetting any outlaws. Told me about his plan to topple. Said that with them gone, the realm would want for all manner of things. An opportunity. Why, I reckon an enterprising individual could find himself the richest dam in the Twins. And that's when he had me. I emptied my stores, and the rest as a dozen years on, and I'm still... But I can say, you've all shown me...
that there are.
So don't you go messing it all up. Clive. That great lump. No. Go on, then. Is that all?
Did you see the pair that got pulled into time?
Seems the hideaway is also...
My attendant was with me in the Dominion before I primed. She would have watched the battle unfold and witnessed its outcome. I trust you'll be waiting for me on Taylor.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
We sent Cursebreakers to Martha's Rest, Dalamil, and Northreach. Hopefully they can help us.
How are you doing? Quick look. Think you can help?
How may I help you today, Clive? Come again. I may have more for you.
It's not going to be easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here's seen something.
Mummy, are the bad men going to come back?
The gentlemen of the town guard are a strapping bunch.
Someone's got himself in trouble.
I don't see your master here, so you can start by giving us all the coppers in your purse.
I already told you, I have nothing.
Then maybe we'll take that pretty outfit and the steel you're wearing.
Please! These men are trying to rob me!
I'll deal with this.
Thank you.
You that one's master, then? If you'd kindly pay the coin he owes us, we can pretend you didn't draw your blade on Republican soldiers.
Or you can go back to your garrison and I won't report you to your captain.
Oh, you're more than welcome to. He hasn't had many visitors since we slit his throat.
It's over.
I'd expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but these were men of the fist.
Much has changed in the Republican army since they lost their rock.
You've seen this kind of thing before, then?
Many times. I was sent here to observe...
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look...
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could defend... I arrived in Dalimil several days ago, but when his men confiscated my effect...
The captain is no more.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free.
What of the Fist Central? Surely they wouldn't allow such...
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Most of those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes and...
Then it's worse than we imagined. You should return to Rosaria.
I'll find a you won't mind if I borrow one of these soldiers' coin?
Not at all. Now, if he was bound for Oriflamme, I'll start at Northreach and see if I can pick up his trail. There's a lot of road between here and the capital. Rutherford's man could be anywhere. What happened here?
If you're with, they've already...
I'm not.
Then I'm Alistair Rockford, attendant to the...
Of the 7 high houses of Rosaria. It's been... Is she well?
My Lord Marquis? Yes. Yes, she is. I was on my way back from the old capital when I saw...
Bandits.
They looked more like... It didn't matter in the end.
Which way did they...
South.
All right. Founder knows I've met enough of them. You head back to Northreach. Visit the...
Thank you. It was only a short while ago that I was assaulted.
Fly, Ambrosia! They just couldn't resist, could they?
This one's ours, pretty boy.
Make for the town while you can.
You don't need to tell me twice.
This looks to be all of...
I thought I told you to make...
And stand by, as ill might befall the heir to the ducal...
It's just Clive, which is more than can be said.
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a...
The garrison have their hands full in... There are few hands left to work the field. The market stalls are nearly bare. And the price... When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have...
Rockford, if you are to continue, you first need to...
I shall return to it. Allow me...
Don't thank me.
I suppose he'll be... I shall send a Bastolus as soon as...
My uncle certainly has his work cut out for him. If it isn't already too late. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece. I see you're...
The rest's location of... Speaking of which, I received...
I only happened... They both seem to...
I am afraid Storm is in crisis, and we...
As it is,
I will see that your Lord Uncle is made aware of the situation in both Dalmekia and Sanbrek. And inform him of your timely assistance, of course.
My attendant was with me in the Dominion. Well, I primed.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires?
Seems the hideaway has lost its appetite.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be thunder?
I was wondering when next you'd visit. I have a few new notes that might interest you. You wish to study the tomes? The door to the shelves shall ever be open.